Oh, you start at the obvious parts. The obvious parts is you can't win the football game if you can't stop people from rushing the football. And you have to continue to not only run the football better on offense, but you have to be consistent on third down. Now, you look at the stats of the game, neither team was good on third down. And then when you go to the fourth down, they were 2 for 2 and we were 2 for 4. You get in a short yardage situation, you got to be able to convert. And you go through not all of them. Most of the mishaps are either a mental mistake or a physical mistake by mostly young people, but some veterans, and that's the disappointing part, is the veterans part of it. Go ahead.
You walked away, Coach, from a 3rd and 1 on the first possession of the game, or punted, I should say, in that opening possession. You went for the shot on 3rd and 1, and then couldn't get it. And almost proven right by later not being able to score on 4th and goal and in short yardage. How disappointing is that aspect of it? Because that speaks to the physical ability in the trenches there.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you right now, that is me. Okay, that was me. We ran the ball on 1st down. We ran the ball on 2nd down. I'm sitting there and I'm kicking myself in the – we should have ran the ball on 3rd down. We should have ran the ball on 3rd down. And I gave it a chance for a shot. We ran by the guy as we figured. And now we're punting the ball instead of going to get that 1st down. That's on me. That's a bad call. And there'll be enough to go around, but I'm not giving that to anybody but me. That's definitely me. I should have ran the ball there.
Was it heartening that your best players and your obvious athletic advantages showed at times, right? Taj Harris got deep. Anthony Quealy beat his guy a number of times. Trill Williams, when he was available to play, shows to be an athletic force in the field. You just didn't have enough of those. Yeah,
we've got, again, the veterans have to play really, really good, especially on the offensive side of the ball. It's not Rex's job to win the game. It's his job to operate the offense. And then the guys that have played a lot more, the guys who have started a lot more need to play, really, really good games to take the pressure off of him. From the defensive standpoint, we've got to plug up the middle and we got to stop those doggone runs. They were doing some things on offense that remind me a little bit, and I don't want to say the guy's name, but when you have an exceptional running quarterback, we had guys that were responsible for him, but when you have a big defensive end responsible for a guy like that, the guy just says, I can beat that defensive end, and he pulls the ball, and the guy's in the correct position, and all of a sudden it turns into a foot race because he doesn't have him boxed in enough. The guy gets outside of you. So we've got to be smarter in that situation and put a different type of cap on that dude. But he is really exceptional with his legs, as we knew going in.
Well, Malik Willis is a fantastic athlete. He was able to do what he wanted to do, but isn't it more concerning the runs up the middle? I mean, you're going to see good quarterbacks that can out-athlete you. The runs up the middle have to be the ones that are going to give you headaches.
Basically running an option offense. If you're going to run an option offense, you've got to stop the dive. We did not stop the dive. If you stop the dive, you have a chance of stopping the offense. If you do not stop the dive, the offense will do what it did today.
When you're down as many guys as you are, you have to play maybe not perfect football, but certainly disciplined football. How do you wrap your mind around all the penalties?
And the penalties are from veteran guys. They're not from a bunch of freshmen, which is disappointing. They're unselfish penalties. I mean, those are guys that you have to drop your ego so the team can go forward, and you can't get into a pushing match or some battle with some yahoo that cost us 15 yards position. I mean, you're not worth it. I'm not worth it. Matt, none of us are worth 15 yards in a game like that. And that part is really disappointing, and it has been addressed.
Schedule doesn't do you any favors here. You got number 1 on the road next week. How do you view it here, Coach, in the long haul? You've got one win approaching really the halfway mark of the season, and obviously no one game the rest of the way is more important than the overall development. So what's kind of the framework here the rest of the way?
We need to go back and we need to look at ourselves. There's certain things that we're still not doing well. We're not getting better. One of the reasons we're not getting better is that we're constantly changing over personnel. And as everyone else would say that's playing us, so what? That's part of the business. We have to find out what our personnel can do, and we've got to stay consistent. We have to stay consistent.